Okay, think about this for a second. You probably use a banking app, right? Maybe even every day. It's super critical stuff, your money. But do you ever stop and wonder who actually builds these things? I mean, the technology behind that convenient little icon on your phone, it's often not the bank itself. So today, we're going to peel back that layer. We're doing a deep dive into an app called Okash. And crucially, the company that developed it, Access to Arabia.
Exactly. Our mission really is to unpack how a company like Access to Arabia gives a bank, in this case, Omdurman National Bank, the tools, the IT solutions, to put a whole suite of banking services right onto your phone. It really shines a light on the hidden machinery of digital banking today.
Right. So we'll look at what Okash actually is, who this Access to Arabia company is, and, what this whole setup tells us about where financial tech is heading. Okay, let's unpack this. So let's start with the app itself, Okash. Who's it for and what's its main job?
Okay, so Okash, at its heart, it's the mobile banking app for customers of Omdurman National Bank, ONB. It basically puts the bank in their pocket.
So standard banking app stuff, check your balance, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the basics are definitely there. You can check account balances, absolutely. See
Yeah.
your transaction history, figure out where your money went.
Uh-huh.
You can transfer funds between your own accounts at ONB or send money to someone else who also banks with Omdurman National Bank.
Okay. What about paying bills? That's a big one.
Yep, bill payments are in there, various bills and fees. You can handle those directly through the app. But it goes a bit beyond just that. There are other services too.
Like what?
Well, things like checking currency exchange rates. There's even a built-in converter. Plus, finding the nearest ATM or bank branch. Practical stuff. And you can even send banking requests, like formal requests, straight from the app interface.
Wow, okay. So that's actually pretty comprehensive. It's not just a simple balance checker, it's like a full mobile platform.
Exactly. It covers a lot of ground.
So here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Yep,
You mentioned this wasn't built by the bank itself.
that's right. And this is key. What's fascinating here is that Omdurman National Bank didn't develop Okash internally. It was built by this other company, Access to Arabia, A2A for short.
Access to Arabia. Okay, so tell us about them. What kind of company are they? Why would a bank outsource something this important?
It's a great question. Access to Arabia, or A2A, they're specialists. They focus purely on developing IT solutions and services specifically tailored for financial institutions, banks, payment processors, that sort of thing.
So they understand the banking world.
Deeply. Their whole business is about creating the software that connects banks and, other financial organizations with their customers through lots of different channels. But mobile is obviously huge now. So Okash is just one example, a mobile banking platform they built specifically for Omdurman National Bank.
Right, so they're not just app developers, they're financial IT specialists who build these complex systems.
Precisely. They handle the tricky stuff, integrating with the bank's core systems, ensuring security, meeting all the regulations. They often use things like secure APIs.
Application programming interfaces, the digital handshakes between systems.
Yeah, exactly. Those secure connectors, they make sure everything talks to each other safely and in real time. It's complex work.
Okay, I get it. So what is this whole model, a bank hiring a specialist company like A2A? Tell us about how banks get their tech nowadays. What does it mean for you, the user?
Well, connecting this to the bigger picture, this model is actually becoming really common. Think about it. Banks traditionally tried to build everything themselves. Very slow, very expensive. This approach, using a specialized third party like A2A, lets banks move much faster. They can bring new digital services, like a sophisticated app like Okash, to market much more quickly. They can innovate faster.
So they don't need a giant internal tech team for everything.
Exactly. They can tap into specialized expertise when they need it. It's about agility, really.
It's almost like hiring a specialist architect to design a specific type of building rather than having architects for everything on staff permanently.
That's a great analogy, yeah. It really is. And for you, the customer, it generally means you get better, more modern mobile banking features sooner than you might otherwise. Because the bank can leverage these expert partners instead of trying to reinvent the wheel internally every single time.
So these companies like Access to Arabia are kind of the unsung heroes behind the scenes.
In many ways, yes. They build that crucial bridge, that tech infrastructure, enabling the convenient digital banking that, we all pretty much expect now.
It really drives home that point you tap on your app. It just works, but underneath, there's often this whole ecosystem of specialized companies like Access to Arabia making it possible. Okay, so let's quickly recap. We looked at Okash, which is the mobile app for Omdurman National Bank customers. pretty feature-rich, and we learned about Access to Arabia, the specialist IT firm that actually developed it for the bank.
Right. And this whole Okash and Access to Arabia story, it really showcases this specific model for tech development in finance, which kind of leads to a bigger question for you to think about. If more and more banks are using these specialized third-party developers, what does that mean for the future? How might this affect things like how quickly new banking ideas spread, or security, or even how different banks might start to look more similar in their app offerings globally? It's something to consider.
Definitely food for thought. Those hidden layers of tech just beneath the surface of the apps you use daily. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.